You walk into a room and you see a stranger. You have never met this person in your life. But within 1 second, maybe less, your brain has already decided. Trustworthy or not. Friendly or dangerous. Competent or clueless. You did not choose to do that. You did not think about it. It just happened. And here is the part that should keep you up at night. You are probably wrong. This is the story of why your brain judges faces before you even know it is doing it. Why that weird instant feeling is not magic. And why the science behind it is way stranger than you think. Let us start with a simple experiment. In 2006, psychologists Alexander Todorov and Janine Willis at Princeton University showed people photographs of two political candidates, strangers they had never seen. They showed each face for just 1/10 of a second. 1/10. That is faster than a single blink. Then they asked, which person looks more competent? Based on those tiny glances, the subjects predicted the winner of the actual U.S. congressional election correctly about 70% of the time. 70%. From a 1/10 of a second glance at a photograph. Keep that number in your head because it gets weirder. So what is actually happening inside your skull? Scientists call it thin slicing. Your brain grabs a tiny slice of information, a face, a posture, a voice, and builds an entire judgment from it in milliseconds. The psychologist Nalini Ambady at Harvard spent years studying this. She found that people watching a 3-second silent video clip of a teacher they had never seen could rate that teacher's effectiveness in ways that closely matched the ratings students gave after a full semester. 3 seconds of silent video versus 16 weeks of real class time. Same result. But why does your brain do this? Because for most of human history, deciding fast was survival. A few 100,000 years ago, hesitating a half-second too long when reading a stranger's face could get you killed. Your brain built a lightning-fast threat detector, and that detector is still running right now in every hallway, every classroom, every lunch table you have ever sat at. You are basically carrying Stone Age software in a modern skull. Here is where it gets genuinely wild. The part of your brain doing most of this snap judging is called the amygdala, two small almond-shaped clusters sitting deep inside your brain, one on each side. In 2008, researchers at New York University found that the amygdala responds to an untrustworthy-looking face in as little as 33 milliseconds. 33 milliseconds. A blink takes around 150 to 400 milliseconds. Your amygdala is reacting to a face before you have even fully seen it. And now the really uncomfortable part. These lightning-fast face reads feed directly into something called the halo effect. The halo effect is a glitch in your thinking where one good impression bleeds into everything else. A person's face looks warm and friendly, so your brain assumes they are also smart, honest, and capable. Psychologist Edward Thorndike first described this in 1920 after studying how military officers rated soldiers. He noticed that when an officer liked a soldier's physical appearance, they tended to rate that same soldier higher on completely unrelated things like intelligence and loyalty. One trait, a halo, lit up the whole picture. This still happens everywhere. Studies on criminal sentencing found that defendants with faces rated as less trustworthy received significantly harsher sentences, even when the evidence was identical. Research published in the journal Psychological Science in 2013 by John Wilson and Nicholas Rule at the University of Toronto found that people could sort CEOs of major companies from non-executive employees with above-chance accuracy just from facial photographs. Nobody taught them what a CEO looks like. Their brains just decided. But hold on. Remember that 70% accuracy from Todorov's election study? That sounds impressive. Until you flip it. 30% of the time, the person who looked more competent lost. That means your instant face read is basically a coin flip with a little extra. And for individual judgments, Things like whether this specific stranger is trustworthy. The research suggests you are right only slightly more often than chance. Your system is fast, but it is riddled with errors, especially across people who look different from the faces your brain trained on growing up. So here is the payoff. The reason you get that instant gut feeling about someone's face is real biology. It is your amygdala firing, your halo effect kicking in, hundreds of thousands of years of survival, wiring doing exactly what it was built to do. That feeling is not made up, but it is also not a superpower. It is a very fast, very error-prone shortcut that your brain runs automatically, whether you like it or not. The wild, slightly unsettling truth is that you are making these judgments about every face you see, and other people are making them about yours, right now, probably in the next 10 seconds of anyone meeting you for the first time. The snap judgment is already happening. The only real choice you get is what you do after it fires. If this made you look at your own brain a little differently, subscribe to Maturant, because every video here is one more thing you do every single day that you never knew had a name.